Hello, Star Wars Galaxy of Hero players. This is Andy Teshorto. Today, I'm going to be covering characters that need reworked in 2020 and 2021. Well, reworks and touch-ups. And I'm going to be covering the Rebel Alliance today. I'm going to be covering certain rebels that definitely deserve a boost. If the Empire got a boost, the Rebels should get a boost. So Princess Leia, let's look at her kit really quick. Her leadership is horrendous. I feel like the type of leader she is, I can easily see her also giving first off, giving more crit chance. Honestly, do something basic. Crit chance, tenacity, critical avoidance. Something like that. Nothing too broken. 20, maybe 30%, and half it for other allies, maybe other light side allies. That would actually, give her a little more viability. Other than that, she doesn't need too much. I'm pretty sure, maybe actually start her in stealth for a turn. I don't know. She does have the stealth. She's a pretty solid character, but she's just outclassed by so many other rebels. And there just has to be some sort of strategy around her to make her better. Maybe even have it to where, rebel attackers under her lead have stealth or something. I don't know. There could be something boosted in her kit. She's someone I never really could grasp an idea for, but I'm pretty sure someone out there does, or at least CG could throw in some, just some boostful stats to her kit. Next is Wedge and Biggs. So first off, Wedge is a pretty solid leader, except he is missing. If the thing would click. Okay, yeah. He's missing a Zeta. Give him a Zeta. Boost it with health steal. Like that's even another thing that could be added. Health steal, crit chance, crit damage, counter chance. There's a lot. Maybe even give Rebel Leia counter chance, but giving Wedge Antilles, the 30 offense is fine, but have the Zeta where it gives him a little bit more in his leadership. They recover maybe 25 or maybe 15% of their max health and like 10% protection, and 10% and maybe 15% turn meter on a critical hit, and then recover 25% of their max health whenever, and then maybe like 10% again protection whenever they defeat an enemy, or maybe 25 and 25 when they defeat an enemy. That's the Zeta. And then giving offense up if there's some crit chance, maybe add some crit chance, and then maybe defense. Just throw defense. Something solid. 30 offense, 30 defense, 30 crit chance, and then the health and protection recovery. Or at least at the bottom part when they defeat, it's protection, just 25% health and protection recovery, and then maybe 15% and 5% on the health. Nothing too broken. Red Squadron Strike. Maybe actually if it's Empire enemies they can't counter, that would be kind of cool. Just to have a little hate towards Empire there. Or just dark side enemies. That could be that way too. Aside from that, it's not too bad of a character. Biggs, he doesn't need too much. Just he gains 100% turn meter when he has evasion up. He does call in Wedge, but I feel like why not have this if Wedge of course, if they ever add in Rebel Luke Skywalker or Rebel Pilot Luke Skywalker, this should be really shared with that character. But if they never add that, at least have this 100% turn meter evasion, and maybe add a new buff called critical avoidance, up by 50% or maybe 25%. I don't care which. And, give some more just boost and have them, synergize together a little better. Stormtrooper Han. I do have a problem with his leader. I can't click the leadership, apparently. They can Zeta his leadership. And if they don't want to, if they see that this is kind of just a mediocre one, Omega it, and have the Omega give some more stats. So 40 defense is fine. Take it up to 50% defense. 50 defense while above 50% health, and then 40 offense while below, but also go 50 defense, 50 tenacity while it's 40 offense, 40 potency while under. So there's more stats just to give his actual leadership a little bit of a boost, because it's an all ally thing. He's not really He is starting to be a rebel at this point, but at the same time, he's still kind of out for himself. But he is kind of a leader in some ways. I'm surprised the Raidhon doesn't have some sort of leadership, at least to synergize with Chewie more. But they just created Chewie and had the guard thing, and it worked out. So draw fire is great. The rest of his kit is fine. It's just his leadership could be boosted. So the tenacity, potency, up the defense and the offense option, or maybe do the 50-50. 50 defense while above and then 50 offense while below. So it gives him more, of a damage priority. So next is Akbar. First off, he needs a unique. He needs a unique for his kit. He is kind of squishy-ish. I don't know how squishy after Gear 13, but up until then, he's super, he's been super squishy. Give him extra speed. It would be nice because, like, right now my speed is 204 with 85 on it. So it's like 1 something. And then there's the 20 from, I don't think there's any speed. No, he's at gear 11. So yeah, it's 20 extra speed. So yeah, he's slow. You have to really speed him up. Give him speed in his unique, but he also has leadership. His leadership needs a Zeta. Big time. Rebel allies get 30 speed, 30 tenacity, and maybe 30 something else. Or whenever they assist, they gain some sort of buff with the Zeta. Boost that, CG. Boost that. This tactical genius should be a locked buff for one. I think it'd be kind of nice so that they can do it. And maybe have it to where this tactical genius, just to make him a little better, the healing can't be prevented. And they recover 40% health and 20% protection. So it actually allows them to actually be better. Or 30 and 30 protection. 30 health, 30 protection. That could be fine too. Either 40-20 or 30-30. Something like that. If the trap could allow for like maybe 3% protection recovery, 3 to 4% protection recovery, as well as on protection as well as the health. Or 10-5 kind of split. And then this 25% chance, he should just gain 40% turn meter regardless. Take that away. That's just horrible. The 55% chance to gain turn meter, I think that should be upped up to 80% or 75%. I don't know. Something. But aside from that, that's what I'd like to see. Again, giving him a unique would also help. It would also help his capital ship a little better. I don't think it would actually push him to the Rebel meta unless they added a like B-Wing, A-Wing, and I don't think they'd add Snowspeeder because Snowspeeder's not a fleet ship. It's a ground only. But CG being CG, I wouldn't be surprised to add Snowspeeder, and there you go. So, yeah. And Luke's X-Wing. If they added Luke's X-Wing, yeah, Akbar will come back. Unless they bring in Admiral Raddus. That'd be kind of cool. Next is Rolo. Rebel Officer Leia Organa. Right now, she is needed for... A lot of these rebels are needed for Jedi Knight Luke, which is cool. But she does need some boosts. I do like, she has a lot of hate towards Empire. The Rebel Barrage. Up this to 12 times. I feel like 12 times would be nice. Can't be countered. That's nice. Maybe can't be evaded against Empire. A light boost against that. Leadership 20, tenacity, and crit chance. That is so dismal. So why not go 40% tenacity, crit chance, and something else, and then add a little bit more of something else. So that maybe, like, let's see, whenever Rebel and ally takes damage from an Empire enemy, they have a 50% chance to gain foresight for 2 turns. And in a regular situation, and then half that for a non-Empire dark side. So they have a 25% chance to gain foresight for 2 turns. If, like, say, they're facing bounty hunters, they have a 25% chance. So it makes them a little more all around than just a 100% Empire counter. It just gives them a little bit more viability there. First time each turn, or just any other enemy, it's 25%. First time each turn, a Rebel ally resists a determinable effect or suffers a debuff, they gain 30% turn meter. That's not bad. So, but again, like I said, just boost because it suffers or resists, so that's nice. So boosting the tenacity, the crit chance, maybe add crit avoidance, maybe add defense, Maybe evasion. I'd be okay with that. They're kind of on Hoth, so yeah, the snow, they could evade. Yeah, that kind of thing. But the evasion would probably be 20 to 30%, not 40. But the tenacity and crit chance can go up to 40 at least. And then her unique could get a little light boost. But aside from that, she's a fairly solid kit. Like, I think it's relic 4 to 7 range that Urzatron actually has a rebel officer, Leia Organa, so that's cool. Hoth Soldier and Scout could be boosted some sort of form or fashion. I'm not gonna use Omega him because I only have 5. I'm building up for another Zeta. But taunt and rebel and grant rebel allies defense up for 3 turns, and then has a 25% chance. He just gains 35% turn meter and health up for 3 turns. Should grant that to also rebel allies. I feel like adding so the defense. Maybe he's one of those ones he actually, grant the tenacity up. Why not? It's not going to hurt. He's not really a tank either. What's his mastery? Accuracy, defense penetration, and health steal. So health steal's nice. Accuracy and defense penetration. Ugh. Honestly, I feel like this character should actually just go straight to a tank. Go to a regular tank class, so he's actually better. He's just a basic kit anyways. So it gains defense up for 2 turns when Empire enemy is defeated. Start of turn, if Hoth Rebel Soldier has defense up, he recovers 20% health and maybe 10% max protection. Add that in there. And has 40% counter chance. Up that up to 60 or something. Gee. So, yeah, it would actually just make him better, Just give him some more viability. Same with Scout. Scout does have something going for him. It gains 45% turn meter whenever an Empire enemy is defeated, and half that amount, so 50% turn meter. I would say 50 it. And then, maybe he has some extra, like, Hoth Rebel Scout, it has, 15% offense, defense, and I think, doesn't inflict, wait, he stuns, right? Stun for a turn. Yeah, why not? Potency. Wouldn't hurt. 15%, of each of those, and then gains 50% turn meter whenever Empire enemy is defeated. 25 when not an Empire. So, yeah. Luke, Farm Boy Luke is interesting. Like, you get a Zeta his leadership. Gains advantage. That's it. 50 tenacity. I'd say do it 100% tenacity. Gains advantage and 25% turn meter. That would make his leadership awesome. Because a lot of people, the only thing they use Farm Boy Luke for is if they want the extra tenacity on Infy's Nest, just to do a 2-person to take down a team. So why not, up the tenacity? Is that going to break anything? No, but at least it's something, Whenever they resist a determinal effect, they gain advantage for 2 turns. Maybe advantage and speed up. They don't have to do specifically turn meter, speed up. Maybe health steal up or something. Health steal up, but health up. Or health steal, whichever. 25 crit chance. Maybe give him some counter chance. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised that they do that. That wouldn't hurt. One thing I know, here's another one. And I don't know what CG's doing, because lately we've got ships that have been nothing but pilotless. Unless they're going to do it where basic ships are pilotless, like the regular Y-Wing, X-Wing. But if they have an iconic name, say like Luke Skywalker, they get, like red 5, Luke Skywalker, orange jumpsuit. If they added him into the game, they'll probably add his X-Wing and they'll be tying them together. Whereas a regular Y-Wing, B-Wing, those ones will be separate unless there's an actual named person piloting it. I wonder if they're planning on that. I haven't, figured that out. So please let me know in the comments below if that's what they're doing, or they're just doing all ships, pilotless. But honestly, I don't think they would do anything any other random way. They could add Farm Boy Luke's Skyhopper. He does have a Skyhopper, even though it's not really shown. He's not shown to use it. But if you do play I think it's Star Wars Rogue Squadron, Rebel Strike, and Rogue Leader or something like that, 2 and 3 on the GameCube, you do have some missions where you can fly around, even though it's a ground craft. Aerial craft, not a spacecraft. I wouldn't be surprised they actually add that sometime, and it'd be kind of cool to see. So, yeah, That'd be kind of nice. And then the last two. Oh, wait, no. I totally missed Captain Han Solo. First off, I want to say Captain Han Solo should be a healer, not a support. Give the healer some love, CG. Not that anyone's complaining about it, but hey, why not? Let's see. Daze is fine. Hunker Down dispels debuffs. They both recover health equal to 40% of their max health. And then gain 25% turn meter. And then if the target ally is full health, they also recover 20% protection. Take that up to 30%. Whenever an enemy, suffers. So that's not bad. But that's 10. I say lower the cooldown to at least 7 or 6. That's just a lot. But then again, against like if Vader goes, he'll go AoE, and then it's like, there you go. But I feel like the biggest thing I have right here is the revive. Revive a random defeated ally at 1% health. Why? 1% health and 0 turn meter. What? And if it's a rebel, they recover 50% health, so they'll be at 51% health and 50% turn meter. Ugh. Why not do revive them at 25% health and 25% turn meter? If they're a rebel or a light side scoundrel, they recover 50% health and turn meter and maybe like 15% protection. And even if not protection, hey, that's still fine. At least that revive is better than what this is right now. That revive is kind of eh. Hey, I'm going to get throw him under a regular scoundrel team. He's the only rebel. He revives like Kira at 1 health. It's like, well, 1 light AoE is just going to drop her. And that revive was useless. Useless. Come on, CG. You can do better than that. Anyways, Nick of Time, he has, 15 crit chance, 30 crit damage. I'd say, 15%, max health or something. Wouldn't hurt. Aside from that, I think that would just be the big thing to update Captain Han Solo. And the last 2 characters. So I'm going to skip to Lando for a minute, and then I'll talk about why Lobot, because, yes, Lobot was in the droid video. But Lando, he's just needed a super rework for, like, ever. He has high damage variance with a 30% chance of scoring additional 30% chance of scoring a critical hit. Cool. I don't know why that's not part of the uniques, like they're basic or it don't matter. It's still kind of cool. His double down could probably do a little bit more. Maybe against Empire enemies, can be countered or something, or can be evaded, one of the two. His leadership could be boosted. Scoundrel and Rebel allies gain 15 speed. What? They give Akbar 25 speed at the beginning of the game. They give him 15, probably just because he's another Rebel, but still. 29 crit damage. Why 29%? That was weird. So, I'd say 30 crit damage, 30 speed, 30 something else that would actually tie with the title Fast and Loose. But something better for this leadership. It could be a Zeta too. Maybe he can have some more synergies more with scoundrels, because he's more of a scoundrel at the point of Bespin than he's a rebel. He's a rebel when he leaves on the Millennium Falcon. So I could see him more scoundrel based with some synergies with rebels as well. Just to, if you want to run some rebels with them. But aside from that, and there's one other tag they could add in. I don't know how they would word it. And this is why I actually put Lobot here. And I may have covered it before. Yeah, I think I've covered it before in a video a long time ago. It's about the Cloud City guards and stuff. Or the Cloud Guard, or something based on Cloud City, where both Lobot and Lando are leaderships. Lobot works with droids and Cloud City, whatever they would actually call it. Lando would be Rebel, Scoundrel, and droids. Or not, sorry, not droids, the Cloud City. Lando would probably obviously have the better leadership for that. So honestly, his leadership would probably be, Rebel and Scoundrel, and Bespin allies have 30 speed, 30 crit damage. And then maybe Bespin gets another another stat buff by itself. And then some sort of like maybe health and protection recovery or turn meter gain or something to that sort. And Lobot would just have a light synergy Kind of like what I was talking about with, cool. Anyways, speed, potency, and then recovery for droids, but not Cloud City. Even though, yeah, he would be more Cloud City aligned, but this would just give droids another leadership because droids have needed leadership. But still having that, love towards Cloud City wouldn't hurt. And I would say characters you could bring in for that would be obviously Ugnaught, Bespin Guard, two Bespin pilots, because there's, for a Cloud Car, which is another ground vehicle, which they could probably still put it in the fleets. There is two pilots for that craft. It's a Cloud Car gunner and a Cloud Car pilot. So you can add those. So you got these two Ugnaught. So that's 6 characters. But one other character I would add, just so you can kind of use these two either one and use the other one elsewhere, like probably Lobot with droids, is Wilro Hood, the guy that runs with the ice cream. That could be cool too. But like I said, I've covered it in a video in the past. It's been forever. Super lower quality compared to now, but still, that's the option of, updating these two characters, giving them a new leader, brand new faction, small mini faction, but still a faction nonetheless. But, other than that, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you agree that a lot of these characters, well, I'm sure a lot of people agree that all these characters need like some sort of touch up, a light touch up to a mass rework, but still, they just need something. They need some love. So again, thank you for watching. I really appreciate all those that watch the videos I make. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And you guys have a phenomenal day.